Is Jungkook's surprise appearance alongside Jimin at Dior Women's SS26 Paris Fashion Week today the most iconic moment in fashion history? Could their chemistry as Dior global ambassadors redefine the future of haute couture? Join the debate, share your thoughts, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay part of this groundbreaking story. Is it really true that Jungkook's sudden appearance alongside Jimin at Dior Women's SS26 during Paris Fashion Week today has taken the entire fashion world by storm? Could this unexpected pairing of two Dior global ambassadors redefine what it means for idols to dominate not just the music stage, but also the runway of the most prestigious fashion event on the planet? What exactly happened inside the heart of Paris that made everyone, from top fashion critics to passionate armies, hold their breath in awe? And could this very moment be remembered as one of the most iconic turning points in Paris Fashion Week history, where K-pop and haute couture collided in the most unforgettable way? If you're watching this now, don't just scroll. Make sure to leave a comment with your thoughts. Hit the like button if you believe this moment is history in the making, and subscribe to stay updated, because what you are about to read may just shock you. The atmosphere in Paris today was nothing short of electric, as fashion elites gathered in anticipation of Dior's Women's SS26 showcase. No one could have predicted that the true spectacle would unfold not on the runway itself, but in the front row where two of the world's most recognizable figures, Jungkook and Jimin of BTS, made a jaw-dropping entrance together. Was it coincidence, or was it a carefully planned statement that Dior wanted to deliver to the world? The presence of Jungkook, whose star power continues to expand beyond music into global culture, sitting side by side with Jimin, who has long embodied elegance and artistry as Dior's muse, was enough to ignite whispers, gasps, and applause across the venue. Cameras flashed relentlessly, social media erupted in seconds, and within minutes, hashtags naming both Jungkook and Jimin were trending worldwide. But what was the hidden meaning behind this dazzling appearance? Observers couldn't help but ask, was this Dior's masterstroke to solidify their reign in the luxury market by leveraging the unstoppable influence of BTS? Or was it simply fate, that the two men who have redefined masculinity, artistry, and global stardom found themselves once again united? This time not on stage, but on the most glamorous runway of them all? The chemistry between Jungkook and Jimin was undeniable. When Jungkook adjusted his sleek Dior suit with his trademark effortless charm, Jimin complemented him perfectly in his refined ensemble, exuding grace that only he could deliver. Together, they didn't just sit in the front row, they owned it. Critics have begun asking whether this front row duo outshined the models who strutted on the runway. And if that's the case, what does it say about the new balance of power between celebrities and fashion houses in the 21st century? Fashion insiders are already buzzing, suggesting that Dior's choice to spotlight not just one but two BTS members is a statement of dominance in a competitive luxury world. Some wonder, could this signal a future collaboration bigger than anything seen before? Perhaps even a combined campaign featuring both Jungkook and Jimin? Or was this a symbolic gesture, showing how Dior aligns itself not only with talent, but with an unstoppable cultural phenomenon that transcends boundaries of language, geography, and industry? As fans screamed their names outside the venue and paparazzi scrambled for the perfect shot, the tension was palpable. Could it be that this single moment of them walking into the Dior Women's SS26 show will be remembered as the day K-pop completely conquered Paris? Witnesses described how the energy shifted the second they entered. The room that had been buzzing with anticipation for Dior's designs suddenly became obsessed with the two global ambassadors. Some even joked that the models had to work twice as hard to pull eyes away from Jungkook and Jimin's magnetic presence. But perhaps the deeper question is, why do moments like this matter so much? Why does seeing Jungkook and Jimin together in this space feel like a cultural earthquake? The answer might lie in the fact that BTS has never just been about music. They are symbols of ambition, artistry, resilience, and global connection. Their presence in the world of fashion signals not only their individual achievements, but also the evolution of what celebrity influence means in a digital age. When Jungkook tilts his head slightly and flashes that subtle yet confident smile, it sends ripples across millions of screens. When Jimin, with his serene elegance, raises his hand to wave, the world seems to hold its breath. And when the two sit side by side, whispering, laughing, and simply existing as themselves, It becomes history in motion. What makes this moment even more emotional is how far both have come. From their earliest days of struggling trainees in Seoul to now being front-row figures in Paris, they embody a narrative of triumph that resonates with millions. Could this be why their fans cried tears of joy seeing them together at Dior? Could it be that behind every flash of the camera, there was a reminder of their journey, of the battles they fought, and of the barriers they shattered? It is not just about clothes or luxury, it's about identity, representation, and proof that dreams do come true. And now the world is left wondering, what's next? Will this spark future appearances where Jungkook and Jimin continue to redefine the boundaries of music, fashion, and art? Will Dior capitalize on this extraordinary chemistry? Or will other brands fight to claim the influence these two men hold? Most importantly, could this singular moment, today, at Dior Women's SS26, go down in history as the defining image of Paris Fashion Week, remembered long after the designs of the season fade away? The mystery lingers, the questions grow louder, and the emotions run deeper. Jungkook and Jimin did not simply attend a show, they changed its course. The world may never look at Paris Fashion Week the same way again. Is it possible that what happened today in Paris was more than just a fashion statement, more than just an appearance, more than just two men dressed in Dior? Could it be that Jungkook and Jimin's joint presence at Dior Women's SS26 during Paris Fashion Week will ripple through history as one of those rare cultural moments where everything aligns? Fame, artistry, influence, and symbolism? Many are now asking, was this the moment BTS transitioned from global music icons into eternal fashion legends? And if so, what does that mean for the world of luxury, for Dior's place in the industry, and for ARMY, who stood outside the venue crying, screaming, and waving banners with trembling hands as they caught mere glimpses of the two global superstars? From the moment the whispers began that Jimin, Dior's beloved ambassador, would attend the show, the excitement was already fever-pitched. But then came the shock. Jungkook was spotted entering with him. The air shifted instantly. Fashion insiders, who thought they had seen everything, were suddenly scrambling, whispering, "Is that both of them together?" Phones lifted in unison, flashes burst like fireworks, and within seconds, images of Jungkook and Jimin sitting front row together spread across the globe. Yet the real question lingers. Why did this moment feel like destiny rather than coincidence? Perhaps the answer lies in the way both men embody Dior's philosophy in such distinct yet harmonious ways. Jungkook, with his fearless charisma, his sharp jawline illuminated by Parisian lights, and his confident aura that commands attention even in silence, brings an edge of rebellion and modernity to the brand. Jimin, on the other hand, radiates an elegance that is almost poetic, with gestures so graceful they seem choreographed even when spontaneous, making him the epitome of timeless beauty. Together, they formed a perfect contrast: power and grace, intensity and serenity, boldness and delicacy. Isn't that exactly what fashion seeks to capture? The collision of opposites creating something transcendent? Inside the show, those lucky enough to sit nearby described the tension as magnetic. Some attendees confessed they could barely focus on the runway, their eyes constantly drifting toward the pair. Journalists whispered, "They don't just attend, they transform the atmosphere." But what was most intriguing wasn't just their presence, but their interactions. When Jimin leaned slightly toward Jungkook to share a quiet laugh, the room seemed to pause. When Jungkook adjusted his suit, exuding quiet confidence, a murmur rippled through the audience. Could these small, almost ordinary gestures be the very moments that would end up etched in history books of both music and fashion? And yet, beyond the spectacle, there was an undercurrent of emotion that few could ignore. Fans watching online flooded timelines with tears, heart emojis, and disbelief. "I can't believe I'm alive to see this," one fan wrote. "It feels like a dream," another confessed. Why does their appearance evoke such raw emotion? Because Jungkook and Jimin are not just idols. They are symbols of perseverance, growth, and unity. Seeing them together, conquering a stage like Paris Fashion Week, is a reminder to millions that no dream is too distant, no ambition too impossible. Was Dior aware of the emotional power they were unleashing? Or was this perhaps their most genius move yet? To merge luxury fashion with the raw, unstoppable energy of BTS's story? The ripple effect is undeniable. Alright.